we're going to go ahead and move on to our video segment now because we do have some time for videos. And what better way to get started than talking about a drunk Pink Panther Pinkie Pie that is luring kids to drinking vodka than Pinkie Pie the Lost Princess.
She's in Ponyville. Didn't you know that? Huh? And you call yourself the Princess of Friendship.
Not wrong. Why isn't Pinkie Pie the Princess of Friendship?
What if I told you everything we knew from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic was a lie? What if there was an option for a different kind of princess? What if I were to tell you that Twilight Sparkle is not the true Princess of Friendship? And what if I told you the real Princess of Friendship was someone else of the main
The L music.
Do you really have to ruin the moment like this? Don't stop me from being interesting. Okay. Let's sum this up then. We have our main character, Twilight Sparkle, student of Princess Celestia, and student remained to be her occupation until it wasn't. Now, why would we have someone as studious and by the numbers as Twilight as our Princess of Friendship? She can be diligent, organized, and a quick learner of anything and everything. She does have her moments of going off the rails due to her OCD affliction she gets sometimes, and it does lead to its own daily dose of chaos. But who in the show hasn't had their own mental breakdown and hiccups? It makes for more character development. But as a princess, I can see Twilight doing the job well and knowing what to do. During a royal problem, we see what Celestia and Luna have to go through on a daily. For Celestia, it's meeting after meeting, officiating after officiating, smiles, grand openings, photo sessions, cake. While Luna takes care of the pony's mental with stopping nightmares and giving pretty good advice, especially with how hands-on she was with the Cutie Mark Crusaders. Now I can see Twilight doing either of these positions if one or both princesses were to retire, but to make a whole new title as the Princess of Friendship has always been questionable, especially to the fandom.
What a gorgeous day! I can't wait to see if there's any pony who could use my help today. Oof! Oh, silly me. I really need to watch where I'm going. La 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 la.
Well, that was a bit extreme.
Yeah.
Now, what if I were to tell you that this pony's main goal is to make people smile, to bring joy to the masses, to rally everyone for fun and enjoyment, all without having alicorn or even unicorn magic? Forget the Twilight Zone. Let's take a deeper dive look into what I like to call the Pinkie Province. Now, don't get me wrong. I've seen countless theories on why Sunset Shimmer should have been Princess or Starlight Glimmer, even Trixie, which I'm pretty sure those people are very creative. But Sunset chose to stay in the human world to protect it from rogue magic, and Starlight has already been a powerful dictator, so maybe not give her that much more power. Do I really need to explain Trixie?
You two, hurry up with my throne. And you, how long do I have to wait for my applesauce facial?
Forget it, Trixie. I ain't doing nothing till you let Twilight come home. Okay, I'll do it. Just make it stop.
Yeah, didn't think so. I think Moondancer would have been in the running if she possibly stood out more during school and wasn't a color swap of Twilight already. Maybe that's why she was still studying even after she got older, to get more recognition? Who's to say? But Penny, you say. What about the others in the main six?
It might have been for Pony's
They also
Anthology.
make up the elements of harmony and are just as important. Well, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, that was.
But each one has their own goals and ideas that they would want to continue. Some straightforward and some more abstract of a concept. But I can look at each one just to be fair.
I do like this.
Rarity is already one of the people
analogy.
that have a set goal and aspiration in mind. She might actually like the royal wear that comes with being a princess, but to do all the planning, meetings, and having a tight schedule, it might be too overwhelming. She's a mind of creativity, not one of analytics. Very ambitious and artistic, but not something she can do as a princess. Rainbow Dash also has a set goal in life, and it's nowhere near sitting on a throne for most of her day. Let's not forget how she was with trying to study and testing 1, 2, 3.
On the anniversary of the first celestial year of peace, a celebration was held. Headed by General Firefly, an elite team of aerial performers were chosen to help commemorate this auspicious occasion.
The ADHD is strong with this one. And no offense to the princesses, I'm sure they work somewhat hard to protect people.
Isn't that one? Yes, it is that one. I count a win. She had far too much of her power.
Push them back, my sister!
That was the force of nature.
Stay back, friends. My sister and I will take care of the beast.
Okay, this one was funny.
We actually needed their help, and they show up for this?
I said somewhat. Point being, do we really see Rainbow Dash sitting by while other ponies try and protect her? It's even been a handful of times that Celestia even flies if she's not being driven around by Pegasi. Not to mention someone who has a hard time in dresses every once in a while, along with a bit of toxic femininity where she can't do anything girly for 2 minutes. Not very princess-like. We have Applejack, who's not very goal-oriented and doesn't want to go any further than what she's doing now. She loves her family and friends and wants to take care of her family's farm. I couldn't imagine her doing anything else since this is pretty much her birthright. I also remember back in Winter Wrap-Up how upset she was at Twilight for the small incident of using magic. Applejack is way too old school and a strong traditionalist who doesn't think about using magic being the tool that solves everything. This thinking comes with being a hard worker to the point of overworking herself. Thinking about it now, the Apple family was the ones who founded Ponyville in the first place, so I guess Earth Pony had to be the way to go for a lot of things in Ponyville just to keep up with traditions. And then there's Fluttershy.
Okay, this was anthology. Okay, we're gonna pause that a quick second. Okay, pause it again another second. Really, they kept this going too long.
I don't think I need to explain much. But to put it lightly, she wouldn't be princess even if it went to a vote. And I barely even like Cadence as a princess.
Damn.
Okay. She's gotten better and more assertive when the plot calls for it. We at least saw Celestia trying to fight Sombra and his army during the cutie remark, but I'm not counting on much confrontation from Flutters here. Now, what about Pinkie Pie, the one this video is about?
Do you have magic hair?
I'm not taking any chances!
Oh,
Magic
we're doing
hands?
Look what I can do with my hooves!
Do animals talk to you?
I love you more! No, I love you more! I love you more!
Were you poisoned?
Pinkie, what happened?
Cursed?
Here I thought laughter made you happy.
You know, it's kind of funny that we were talking about we were actually talking about Wreck-It Ralph too, and we're getting this.
I hate how perfect I did this.
Happy? I don't think so.
Kidnapped or enslaved?
I thought I told.
Okay, we're gonna just pause that right here. But yeah, Pinkie Pie Lost Princess from Penny Rice. Be sure to check it out. You know, she needs more subscribers. Give her a subscribe too while you're at it. But yeah, it's a good view. I think she's wrong. Twilight Sparkle is a princess of friendship, and I will take that to my grave along with my Princess Twilight tattoo. Ah! Anyway, historically speaking, Brodies were inevitable.
This guy, and this dude have one thing in common. Today, we discuss what that thing is and why 80% of you are historically inclined to be bronies. Most people know My Little Pony is a toy line and media franchise owned by Hasbro. It first launched in 1981 and was marketed towards young girls, but for some reason, its most dedicated followers are predominantly teenage and adult men. For this, we can thank the 2010 cartoon series My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. If you've been on the internet, you know about this fandom. If you've been on the internet too much like me, you've seen the horrors. The unspeakable horror.
Why?
There's something about
You're not
cotton
wrong,
candy
but why?
miniature horses that can just change the entire brain chemistry of a man. Or at least that's what most people agree is the case. We've collectively blamed this abnormal behavior displayed by men between 18 and 30 on the My Little Pony franchise. But really, this phenomenon dates as far back as 30,000 years ago, when artists of the prehistoric times, just like artists of the DeviantArt times, very often chose horses as their muse, making them the most commonly depicted animal in Eurasian cave art. The almost fanatical, sometimes even bordering fetishistic fascination with horses can be traced back to pre-civilized society. So is it specifically this cartoon, or is the show just a key that unlocks a part of the brain that has simply always been there? Are horses actually an ancient psyop created by aliens? And does Pinkie Pie exist with the secret deeper purpose of controlling adult men and turning them into enemies of Christ? Historically speaking, yes, only the real important questions here on the Poopy Show. Let's start with, how did horses first infiltrate our lives? It's 3500 BC. Humanity was discovering all types of things, like writing. Yay, I can keep records. Classism. Yay, I can keep slaves. And most importantly, horse. For writing? Not quite yet. For eating and carrying stuff around first. Carry stuff like me? Yes, actually. We have evidence for this from Botai, where the majority of non-human remains were bones of horses. Traces of mare's milk were also found on pottery shards, but more importantly, the teeth of these horses appeared to have been worn down by a mouthpiece. It's ultimately unclear exactly how or when horses were fully domesticated and transitioned from being pack animals you sometimes eat to being possibly the most important tool in ancient times. But it will take about 1,000 more years for the horses to actually be ridden. During all this time, the donkey was doing the same job, by the way, just in a different continent. It would make its way into Europe and Asia eventually. And here's the thing. Donkeys are safer, can carry more stuff, are less likely to scare and hurt themselves, more versatile, take longer to tire out. But the horse had speed. And here's why that's important. A study reveals that a ride in a fast car increases the testosterone levels of male subjects more than an actual woman could. Additionally, it's also proven people with lower MAO levels seek thrill more often, and people with lower MOA levels are often on the spectrum. Franchises typically enjoyed by men do reflect that neurodivergent masculine desire. And My Little Pony dominates this market of
wow!
the entirety of human history simply led to it being as big as it is. Let's go back to the before times again to further prove my theory, and talk about antiquity's most notable Brony, the entire population of Troy. Here's the story. 1183 BC or 3194 BMLP, there was a legendary battle between the Trojans and the Greeks. The Greeks were losing. They could not gain access to the city because of its high walls. To infiltrate it, they did what? Build something that the enemy could not resist. Yo, what is it? It's a horse, dude. Historians believe the Trojan horse was metaphorical, but actually it's a story about how the Trojans were bronies and this ultimately led to their demise. It also goes down in history as possibly the most expensive and most lethal fursuit, if it was...
Okay, we're gonna stop here after an entire animator called me neurodivergent out of nowhere like that. That's kind of...
Wow.
But you are neurodivergent. You know this to be true.
Anyway, yeah, this is from the Poopy Show. Sure to check it out. I'm sure it's definitely a lot more interesting. But instead, we're gonna go ahead and move on. We're gonna check out how do I unbake a cake?
How do I unbake a cake? You can't. Once the ingredients are mixed up and baked, it's... okay, I'm going to need you to listen to me very carefully. Put it back in the oven. Set it to the negative of whatever temperature you baked it at, such as minus...
Alright, I want to see the rest of this. Supersonic I. How do you unbake a cake? MLP 1. Literally all one word. It's just combined in there. And remember, listen to it carefully or else things will get caught into blenders. Alright, I have eyes, you know. This will last. This is gonna be real fast.
I have eyes, you know. They're right under my...
Yep, that's it. Want to see the rest of it? The blue corner. It's a 5-second video. It's really short. It's a fun little one. Check it out, please. It's right there. Again, the blue corner. Try to explain board games. Then it'll be animated.
Okay, so the game is called Codenames.
I don't know.
What don't you know?
I don't know. I don't get it.
Okay, well, I haven't started explaining the rules yet. Do you not want to play? We don't have to play.
What? No, I want to play.
Okay. So, what does this mean? I will get to that. That is not a thing you explained first. Okay, if you're not going to explain the rules clearly, all right, when you touch that, you lose. Why? I will get to that. I haven't started yet.
Guess I'll just figure it.
Anyway, that's from Paramount Animation. We're only halfway there. There's a little bit more to try to explain how it works. Maybe they'll figure it out. We're not going to do the next one because it's literally an hour long.
And I was there.
A few people were there. And we're not going to do Trixie Palooza either. God damn it. Okay. Alright. A quick Russian one.
Стон и фижма.
Какая еще фирма? Хватит выдумывать!
Ну как? Фижма. Юбка такая.
Хорошо. У нас тут дама. Она в юбках понимает лучше всех. Ты знаешь, что такое фижма?
Yep. Yeah, there was no English translation at all, but I think it translates itself. So, yeah, this is from Tweak Studio, and it's all in Russian. I literally cannot pronounce that. But sure, check it out anyway, because it is pretty good animation, too. And now, finally, to wrap it all up for the evening, Princess Luna is looking for a hobby by Forga Lorga.
Oh, that is just rude. She doesn't understand, does she?
I think it's less understanding and more patience.
Oh, Cyberpunk 2077.
God, I know this feelings too well.
You didn't do your job.
She's retired. Why do you think she's looking for a hobby?
Skyrim!
I think the joke is that she just spent all her time on the character creator.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yep.
Yes.
We all know that feeling, but what other hobbies does Princess Luna try? Well, you have to go to Forga Lorga and check it all out. But for now, I'd say it's time to wrap up the show for the evening. Getting our closeout song in. And there it is. And we had some fun tonight. We also were able to have a great discussion about Rainbow Dash, the heel of a wrestler on the CW, because apparently wrestling is now on CW and I didn't realize it. So but it worked. And also we're going to be bringing back 3.5 now. You're welcome. But before we do all of that, let's go ahead and get our final shout outs in for the evening by everybody. Starting off with Goldust.
Shouts out to all the amazing artists out there who are still making really awesome art. Go check them out.
And Crazy Mac Captain.
Fires, explosions, fossil runs, projectile, wrong things. There should be a stream on Wednesday.
Alright, and DM21.
Have a great week. Stay healthy and
Alright, Textalion.
Alright, all.
And Tokoi.
Bot will be linked in the chat in a bit. Have a good night, all.
And finally, Suki of the Otaku Ascended.
Bye.
Alright, and just a reminder to check out Wednesday for the Wednesday crew doing Wednesday shenanigans. Tune in on Sunday for Circuit's Gaming Room, where Power World will continue to be our goal as we try to explore all of the new content in rapid pace, or at least an attempt at rapid pace. Also, be sure to tune in an hour early on Mondays for the pre-show with pre-show shenanigans and pre-show fun. It's always a good time. And also, if you are catching us live, we have the Coffee House After Party, which is only on our Vaughn. So you have to see it on the Vaughn stream, or you will not be able to see it at all. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it works, because we do not record it. But with that, we'd like to give a big shout out to all of our chatters. Thank you in IRC to Crazy Mac Captain for keeping an eye on the chat. And they Kasakai, Cool Dude, Fantastic Fred, Techman, Tech Center, this again, Legally Creepy. And yay, Archivers. Also want to give a big shout out to everybody out there who is watching the Brony Show, whether you're watching us live on YouTube and Twitch, or you're watching the archives on YouTube, Twitch, or wherever archives may be uploaded. I'm actually looking at a few options at this point. But however you catch the Brony Show, however you catch us all, however you enjoy all of this, thank you. Thank you so much for your time, your attention, your love, your support. I actually have been seeing notes on old episodes about how much people have been able to get a nostalgia bomb from our old podcasts, and how some people are really enjoying the new podcast because they see videos and things that they may have not been warned about. So I know we are doing something to at least get attention to some of the great Brony content out there, and it makes me happy that, that everything I'm hoping for, that everything I was hoping to do is still happening here. And well, my mind is slowly melting, and I'm going to guess it's because of the winter months and nothing else. I'm going to go ahead and get us started off with our closeout from BGM Pony Degeneracy with Overcast. And I hope you all have a good night.
Any plans for the outside are trashed. I've read every book a dozen times, could recite any poem line for line. What's left to do but make something new? Just kick back and let your heart guide your hose. On the window, a chill makes it turn to ice and snow. A tranquil sight, a snowflake's flight, shining bright even in the dead of night. I can't learn a thing I'll just sing a song so I won't be bored. No sunny rays, just shades of gray. Nothing else but to sit down and play.